Alright, Spider-Man 1991 here, and hopefully if everything went right, this is the 100th video I've uploaded on YouTube. Alright? 100. Those people celebrate the 100th video, 100th whatever they do, so I just thought I'd celebrate the 100th video I uploaded. Yay! Okay. Now, to make this video special, I'm going to talk about my favorite graphic novel. Okay, my favorite graphic novel, in my opinion, it's something that I loved. It helped me get back into the DC universe. It is Teen Titans, The Future Is Now. Okay? This might seem like an odd choice to some about why I call this my favorite. Well, the truth is, this is probably one of the first DC graphic novels I bought since I first started getting into comics. It was maybe 2 years ago, I guess. After the Spider-Man Brand New Day, I was asking myself I was on a trip, and I was asking myself, okay, maybe I'll check DC out, but where do I start? And I was up early on Saturday morning, and I caught the Legion of Superheroes cartoon show, and I started to think, who are these guys? And I went and checked out some stuff, and eventually that got me into Superboy, and then I remembered the modern Superboy Kon-El, and wondered if he's involved in Legion, and eventually reading about Superboy got me into the Teen Titans, and I found out about the new formation with the former Young Justice crew and the Titans, and I just thought, wow. And I heard about this one where they meet their future selves, and I thought that might be interesting to see your future self, so, and I went to Borders, picked it up, and I'm glad I did because I loved it. I love this collection, alright? It helps evolve most of the characters, alright? The first story in this is Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes, which ties in the current Teen Titans, Kid Flash, Superboy, Robin, Tim Drake, Wonder Girl, Cyborg, Beast Boy, and Starfire, and Raven, into a team-up with the Legion of Superheroes, but not the original Legion, that secondary version they made after Zero Hour. And they team up with them against the Fatal 500. And then after the battle is resolved and the timeline is altered, the Titans are sent to an alternate future where Connor, Bart, and Cassie have grown up and they've assumed the role of their mentors. And Garth and Raven are Animal Man and Dark Raven, and they've added Aquawoman to the team. And they pretty much rule the west coast of the country with an iron fist, with Batman really, and even though it looks like Superman's up front here, Batman's more the leader. And also it pretty much has them all questioning what's going on, what happened, and it helps provide and eventually it helps, evolve each one, because it leads Tim to question, why am I Batman? What in the world would make me want to be Batman? Because earlier in the series, Tim is asking himself, saying to himself, I don't want to be Batman. This whole Robin thing's just temporary. And then by the time this story arc is resolved and we go into Identity Crisis, which this also ties into, Tim's father is just killed, and then he starts thinking like Batman, and he's worried about this, that the future that they saw might come true. And Connor's still worried about having Lex Luthor's DNA attached to him, that it would alter that if that's what made him like this. And Cassie's also wondering what her connection to Ares is and how it changed her. Bart's still pretty much a good guy in the future, though, but he does mature. But the Titans did help mature Bart, but okay, all in all, this story arc is my favorite. This novel itself is my favorite. It helps evolve the characters, and I loved it. I loved Jeff Johns' run on Titans. Pretty much everything up until Infinite Crisis. I mean, I loved this team of Titans. I loved Superboy, Robin, Wonder Girl, and Kid Flash, all on the same team, all on that team together. It was a great series, and I just enjoyed it. Okay, let me see here. Oh, also I think as you can see here, the Titans are torturing Deathstroke the Terminator, and of course Connor declares them that the Titans of the future are freaking bad guys. And okay, another surprise is Tim being worried that he's going to turn out like Bruce, but then actually he thinks he's far worse, because in the future Tim's not only Batman, but he uses a handgun. Let me see if I can zoom in on that. Can you see it? Yeah, pretty much that's a handgun, which is a big surprise. Which was Batman wielding a gun. It just makes you feel question the entire order of the universe. And another team of Titans is formed on the east to oppose them, led by Cyborg. And then, alright, it pretty much has all the Titans questioning what's going on, what happened to each of them, and also Tim being Batman. Tim's starting to wonder how this happened. And then the next issue ties into identity crisis with Tim's dad dying, and Tim's worried that he's finally thinking like Batman. But eventually his friends help him get through that. Oh, and then during the second half of the identity crisis tie-in, Speedy joins the team. And eventually, after their confrontation with Dr. Light... Okay, let me see if I can skip here. This is why I didn't open the Secret Wars one, because I didn't want to skip. I'm probably wasting time. Pretty much all the Titans get back to the tower, and then they start revealing secrets to them about what they think about this. And then eventually Speedy opens up to them, and everyone else does. Like Raven says that she's feeds off emotions, and then Beast Boy's worried because of the disease that gave him his powers. He's worried about what's going to happen to him after seeing how is that Animal Man version of him. Then Cassie explains her connection to Ares, and of course Connor doesn't reveal his parentage to Lex Luthor. But that is another graphic novel done by Jeff Johns, which ties into Titans and The Outsiders, which I enjoyed because it answered the question about how is Lex Luthor's DNA going to affect Superboy? Well, alright. Future is now. Teen Titans Volume 4, Future is now. It's great. Still my favorite team. Although, overall, I would say that most of the Teen Titans volumes I have were written by Jeff Johns, and I enjoyed them. Future is Now is probably my favorite just because of time travel, really. But, yeah, still, this is my favorite graphic novel, alright? My favorite, just figured, that'd be a good topic. So, yeah. Now I'm just going to cut this off because I'm starting to ramble, okay? Spider-Man 1991 saying, see you later.